Hello, my name is Newman, and I've got a little experience doing reviews, but recently I have gotten into collecting more of these Lego pirate ships. I've been searching online for reviews on the ones that I've had because I feel like that's all we all do, and um, and so I've had this for a little while, and I've been on Figuring Out Japan's page watching his reviews. He does a great job. Shout out to him. And so I kind of want to do a review on the ship that kind of got me into all of this. But before I go into that, I recently acquired the Black Seas Barracuda. And so that's pretty sweet over there. I have all the pieces to that one. And so now we're going to get going into this one. So this one here is called the Redbeard's Runner. And it was released in 1996, which is when I had it, and it was re-released in 2001 with no change in the parts, to my knowledge. Um, when I initially had this, I was just a kid, and then some life happened, and I lost it, and then I found another ship later on in life on eBay, and it was missing a few parts when I got it, and I did the legwork and I found all the parts, and now I have it now. So I'm going to do a review to kind of go in line with all the other reviews online of all the really cool ships out there, and I'm in the process of acquiring more ships because those of you who are watching this share the same passion for it. So anyway, this is the Redbeard Runner, also known as the battleship, the pirate battleship. Uh, One of the things about this ship that I always thought was really cool is how it does a lot of things. So you've got things that will move and change the way the ship looks and does. And I'll get into those. But first, I want to let you know there's 7 minifigs to it, with Captain Roger over there, his first mate, and a couple of regular pirates. These two here have the similar torsos and just slightly different. They're colored hats and pants there, but they're like, I always call those guys, they're like the twins. This guy down here, who's usually pictured in the dinghy here, and then this guy in here. I always thought that guy was going to be like the second mate there. He's kind of like, he's got the brown triangle hat, and I noticed that the Black Seas Barracuda had a similar type of setup with a guy with the guy with the hat over here. So it's always like the first mate. Everybody knows that the first mate's the guy with the black hat, and so this ship has got it as well. So this ship has seven minifigs. It's got a monkey up there. You got a shark, and you got a parrot right there. I always like to keep track of the weapons that are on it. So it's got four pistols, 2 shotguns, and 6 swords. Some treasure right over here that's stored in the little area there, and 3 cannons, non-shooting variety, and up front here you've got your figurehead, which is a kind of a ghostly figure there. Sometimes I put swords on them. And then back here, if you look on the back of the ship, you've got the skull, which I always thought was awesome. That was my favorite part of this ship, was the skull on the back. So for sails on the top, you've got your cross swords, your Jolly Roger, and then I believe they call that the spanker sail. I believe. And correct me on that. And then we've got on top, we've got the another Jolly Roger up there, which is the cloth one, and then those 2 really old ones there. One of the things I really enjoy doing with these ships is making really cool poses, like action poses. Right now, it's just these guys are just kind of hanging out. So let's get into what this ship does. So you've got your little things here that open up for the cannons. You've got these doors here that open up. There's not much in the little cabin here, and like I said, this was the first one I ever had, and I never really got to see other ones, and I always thought that was really roomy in there. Come to find out, that's like almost nothing now. But it's a little area in there. Sometimes I'll put a minifig in there with his little gun pointing out the window here. The first thing that this does as a battleship here, these little pieces here, So there's one on both sides. If you pull this out and then you pull the other one out, it will, oh, that's right, sorry. I've got a minifig in here. My bad. Okay. So anyway, you pull those out and it explodes. It's almost as if it gets hit by a cannonball. And this little piece here just kind of sits right back on there. To put it back, you just kind of put it back up here, push this in, and on the other side as well. All that really does is kind of hold. You look there, down in here, it just kind of holds there and there. So that's one of the battle features, along with the holes in the masts up here. So that's kind of why you get the battle feel for it on both sides. And then the other feature that this ship has, and I'll kind of face it front for this, right? So if you've got, you got that there, and this little piece here, if you pull, it falls down. So that's kind of like another one. Another feature that it has is kind of it's either been taken down, or some people, I saw on another one someplace, somebody, consider that as revealing that it's a pirate ship. But I don't know how much I agree with that, but it's a cool idea. And then again, to put this back up, it's pretty easy. You just kind of do this, throw that back in there. Each one of the cannons comes with those 6 gray cannonballs. Because this is non-shooting, you never ever do anything with them. I always put one in one of the figure's hands to hold it like he's doing something, but you never actually use them for anything. And to be honest with you, I never knew they made shooting ones until I started really getting into these and watching the other videos. But I feel like those are just a really good way to lose Legos, because those things shoot. I mean, they launch. So we got the rigging here. We always talk about the rigging. I watch you guys' videos all the time, so I'm hoping you guys are kind of the same guys that I watch doing this. But you've got the rigging here that goes up and just kind of connects, 3/4 of the way up on there. Same thing with this. This is like a half rigging over here, and it's this little piece in there. There's like a little hook in here that just kind of goes in this gap, and it keeps it from going back and forth. You got your crane there, which actually does work, and I put this little guy here. But that is you just kind of roll that up and it goes up and down with the shark. Or treasure chest. I always put the treasure chest in there as well. As for the interior of the ship, it is kind of bare compared to Black Sea's Barracuda. But like I said, when you had nothing to compare it to, I always thought this was a grand thing. Underneath there, this is just kind of like there's empty space underneath there. When you were to look, if you have it go back again, there's just empty space underneath there. But all these smooth yellow tiles are what these cannons slide back and forth on. I guess that was in place of the wheels. This set is pretty big. I brought out the Black Sea's Barracuda to compare to size. So if we bring out, I forgot here, I'll bring this over. It's still fairly good size. There's the back. And, I noticed that some of the guys that do the reviews, I don't know why, that they think that the Redbeard's Runners kind of like marks the end, or they don't like to even include it in some of the Lego Pirate series, like the vintage or whatever. But we're only talking about a difference of 7 years or so, and I think that this ship has a lot of the the defining features that make it a vintage ship. You've got your constructed parts here where the sails go on. You don't have a lot of custom pieces, and to me, the newer ships like the Brick Bounty and the Brickbeard's Bounty, those ones there have a lot of custom kind of they seem just kind of lazy to be honest. And I would consider this in the same exact class as the Black Seas Barracuda. Truthfully, I really would, because um, to me it has a lot of the same type of features. It may not be as detailed. It has, I believe, 698 pieces, but I'm going to respectfully disagree with some of you guys who think that this wasn't really to be grouped with those and Skull's Eye Schooner and stuff like that. But maybe I can change your mind. But I always thought this was an awesome ship, and like I said, I'm getting into collecting them now, and my next purchase I want to make will be the Skull's Eye Schooner, and I know that the grand one right now is the Imperial flagship 10210. That is quite the ship, and that will definitely dwarf this one here. But again, I just kind of wanted to do my own review. The only other two reviews I saw online were either terrible quality or they just weren't very informative. So I thought I'd give my take on this ship, and I hope you guys enjoyed my review. I'll try to do others as I get them in. I'll probably do one on the Black Seas Barracuda soon enough. But thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my video. If you guys have any questions or anything, go ahead and ask me below, and I'll answer them and see what I can do. And again, I hope it's all the same. It seems like we're a group of people all kind of interested in the same thing, and I'm hoping it's the same guy. So, all right then, thank you.